Next on the 8 o'clock movie, every person in this room has a motive for murder.
What do you mean? Murder.
Could it be Eileen Brennan, Michael McKean, Martin Mull, Madeline Kahn, Christopher Lloyd, Leslie Ann Warren, or did Tim Curry, the butler, do it? Find out in the murderously funny movie complete with 3 surprise endings.
The body's gone.
Clue.
And now, from New York's movie station, the 8 o'clock movie on Channel 11. Clue, starring Eileen Brennan, will return in a moment.
In this house, there are terrible secrets. Secrets that imprison the young. Secrets too terrible to unlock.
You are a sinner.
Louise Fletcher, Victoria Tennant, V.C. Andrews' best-selling gothic thriller, Flowers in the Attic.
Friday at 8 on Channel 11.
6 months ago, my dentist says to me, Mike, you got a tartar problem. Get Tartar Control Crest. But doctor, I said, I thought toothpaste is toothpaste. He sticks that pick in my mouth. He says, think again.
You'll have significantly less tartar at your next visit if you use Crest's unique tartar fighting formula for 6 months. We're so sure, we'll give you a money-back guarantee.
So I started using Crest every day. And you were looking at a happy guy. A very happy guy.
Tartar Control Crest. Less tartar in 6 months guaranteed.
In Mexico, the word for beach is playa, and there's over 6,000 miles of playa to play on. The word for sun is sol, and there's plenty of that to warm yours. Now, if the question is, can you afford to go? The word for that is peso, because in Mexico, you won't pay so much for a little playa and sol.
To find out more, call 1-800-44-MEXICO.
Why buy an ordinary sofa when you can buy a Jennifer sofa bed and love seat for just $5.99? As incredible as it sounds, that's both pieces for $5.99 in many luxurious styles and fabrics. That's Jennifer value, with so much seating comfort you'd never believe it's a sofa bed. So why buy an ordinary living room when you can buy a Jennifer living room? Jennifer Convertibles, America's largest sofa bed specialist. With a Jennifer sofa bed, there's always a place to stay.
Channel 11's 8 o'clock movie will return after these messages.
I like raisins. Is this new? I mean, Total Raisin Bran? This is good. Wow. Total Raisin Bran has 100% of all these vitamins and minerals. And Kellogg's has 100% of only one. You're always wondering if you're getting enough vitamins. This is incredible.
Total Raisin Bran. The Raisin Bran with the total difference.
Nice raisins, too.
Today, Topsy flattens the competition. Mr. Competitor, what are you up to now?
Oh, just a little undercover work.
Sounds dangerous.
Nah, nobody delivers on Sundays. What's better than making free delivery 7 days a week? Running into that loser!
Tops delivers this GE refrigerator for $326, this tap and gas range for $224, or this Whirlpool washer for $196.
So don't deal with losers. Come to Tops.
Why do kittens always land on their feet? How will this little guy learn to be a great racehorse? Find out as hundreds of adorable young animals grow up right before your child's eyes. All in Growing Up Wild, the brand new home video series specially designed by Time Life Video and the BBC to capture your child's imagination and reveal the wonder of growing up in the natural world. With lovable Madison the cat as your child's happy host, this fascinating video collection gives your child a close-up view of the cuddliest animals on Earth, all discovering how to learn, play, and grow, just like kids do. And your collection starts with Kittens and Caboodles for an introductory price of $9.99. That's a $5 savings off the regular price. From a cat that knocks on the door to Mirror, Mirror on the floor, Kittens and Caboodles is an irresistible look at the friendliest, funniest felines ever on film. Then about every other month, a new Growing Up Wild video will arrive, like Monkey Business, with its all-star jungle cast, Puppy Dog Tales, some very swinging pups who are really far out, and many more. So start your child's Growing Up Wild collection now. There's no minimum to buy, cancel anytime. Call for Kittens and Caboodles for $9.99.
Call 1-800-592-4848 to get your first tape from the Growing Up Wild video collection, Kittens and Caboodles, or send $9.99 plus shipping and handling to Growing Up Wild, P.O. Box 1880, Department G, Alexandria, Virginia.
Now, we return to Clue starring Christopher Lloyd. Clue starring Eileen Brennan will return in a moment.
He wasn't supposed to be so good, but he was the best.
White folks think I'm faking it.
And they weren't gonna let Coalhouse Walker Jr.
I don't know why you did this.
get away with it.
Now what the hell do you boys think you're up to?
And that's how it all began.
I was humiliated.
But they went too far.
It was a joke, damn you!
And now,
Blast that car to bits.
it's too late.
Don't look back!
Big time. Bad time.
Get the hell out of here!
Ragtime, Saturday at 8 on Channel 11, New York's movie station.
Nothing saves you money like Can.
Now, shop right down to Can, selling lots of brands of everything in Can.
Today's greatest steaks and cash will come to shop right Can Bash.
From Can to Can, you save us more on every brand.
Maxwell House Master Blend Coffee, just 89 cents. High C Fruit Drinks, 49 cents. And Bumblebee Tuna, 4 cans, $1.99.
Shop right Can, stock up all the values last.
Ooh la la!
Yeah!
The Meadowlands. It's the best of everything. Make a night of it.
I won! Hi, I'm Phil Rizzuto for the Money Store with some good news and bad news about the economy. First, the good news. Many experts believe a recovery has begun. And the bad news, interest rates are expected to head higher soon. So if you're thinking about a home equity loan, now is the time to lock in a low fixed rate at the Money Store for 15, even 25 years. A low fixed rate that will never go up. Call 1-800-LOAN-YES before interest rates move higher. That's the Money Store at 1-800-LOAN-YES.
Suzanne is back
Amen and hallelujah to that.
on Designing Women, tonight at midnight on Channel 11. Channel 11's 8 o'clock movie will return after these messages.
Racism, we've got to end it. For my family, for all families. But in order to do that, we have to go back to our roots.
What's it like to be free African?
Being free. Can't nothing be better than that.
Time Life Video proudly presents Alex Haley's Roots, the saga of an American family's struggle for freedom.
What's your name? Kunta Kinte.
Now, for the first time, you can own Roots and Roots 2, The Next Generations, 2 epic miniseries that jolted Americans into changing the way they looked at their history, themselves, and each other.
We gotta learn a new way of getting along together.
Call now to receive Volume 1 of this special Roots Collector's Edition for $9.99. Other tapes will follow about every other month. Use your credit card and you'll get this Roots Christmas special absolutely free, with moments terrifying and triumphant, and characters noble and unforgettable. Roots is a celebration of survival, a living history for all families. Call now to order Volume 1 for $9.99 and pass it down to your future generations.
Because Americans won't know where they're going until they know where they've been.
Call 1-800-631-5700 to order your first tape, Roots Episode 1, or send $9.99 plus $3.23 shipping and handling to Roots, Box 1880, Department 6Q, Alexandria, Virginia, 22313.
If you drive a stick shift, you probably make over 70,000 shifts a year. Sooner or later, you'll experience some kind of problem. Will it be a big problem or a small one? It takes a trained technician to know. At AMCO Centers, they've serviced enough stick shifts to distinguish between the two. Half the sticks they service only need clutch work, not a new transmission. Next time you throw a shift that doesn't feel just right, come to AMCO. Don't play games with your transmission. AMCO, AA, MCO.
How many times I told my dad to see a doctor. He was stubborn. But the pain in his stomach just wouldn't go away. He had to go. You should have seen the relief on his face when the doctor said Mylanta. He said it was indigestion, and his kind of indigestion needed strong medicine.
Mylanta is strong medicine, strongly recommended. In fact, Mylanta is the antacid doctors recommend most.
My doctor said Mylanta.
Also available in tablets and new gel caps.
Now, we return to Clue starring Christopher Lloyd. Clue starring Eileen Brennan will return in a moment.
If she had a fever, you wouldn't wait a week to see the doctor. If she were hungry, you wouldn't wait a few days to feed her. So why wait even a day to fix the brakes on the car you drive her around in? At Midas, we don't just fix your brakes right. We can fix them right the very same day you bring in your car. Think about it. Midas, because your brakes can't wait.
Cats, the #1 family musical in America. Cats, the world's most thrilling theatrical event. Cats, the magic, the mystery, the memory will live forever. Cats, the 7-time Tony Award winner, the once-in-a-lifetime experience, the most exciting family musical in the word. Cats at the Winter Garden Theater. Call Telecharge 212-239-6200.
Why did Miss Liberty sail to New York Harbor? To be close to Nathan's Hot Dogs. Why did George Washington build his bridge in New York? To get to Nathan's Hot Dogs. Fact is, this town was built around the unique, robust all-beef recipe created by a man called Nathan over 75 years ago. No wonder so many supermarkets opened here, just so you could pick up a package of Nathan's, the hot dog that made New York famous. Enjoy Nathan's at home for the big game.
Your Toyota dealers are proud to announce a beauty of a deal on a beauty of a car. A one-of-a-kind introductory offer on the all-new Toyota Corolla with its Camry-like styling. The deal is $179 a month for 48 months with no down payment. It gets even better. No strip down here. You get air conditioning, power steering, AM/FM radio, even driver's side airbag. But it's a limited time offer, so for the best selection, don't wait. Why settle for less than a Corolla? Your Toyota dealer can give you a beauty of a deal for less than you thought.
Channel 11's 8 o'clock movie will return after these messages.
There are still some things in this world you can depend on.
Like your shirt's coming back without enough starch.
Like a congressman wanting to pay by check.
Like Julia Roberts never returning your calls. And now you can also depend on Murphy Brown for laps 5 times a week.
Well, geez, Frank, Julie always returns my calls.
Murphy Brown. Weeknights at 7:30 on Channel 11.
Fugitive. Fighter. Hero.
When push comes to shove, you're going to be dealing with me. I look forward to it.
Sometimes the only hope for justice is an outlaw. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Nowhere to run. Rated R. At theaters Friday.
Burlington Coat Factory's gigantic once-a-year sale of coats and suits is at Madison Square Garden and all Burlington Coat Factory warehouses Friday through Monday. Don't miss it.
I'm on the road day in and day out. It's, hey, taxi, stop, and, cabby, quick, stop here. I know the value of good brakes. My livelihood depends on it. And when I'm off duty, our lives depend on good brakes. That's why I depend on Meineke.
At Meineke, we do brakes, and we do them right. We analyze the whole system, pinpoint the problem, and fix it, period.
No matter why you're on the road, you can depend on brakes from Meineke. I do.
In this business, you need to know all you can about security. And I thought I did, until today. One of my customers handed me this Citibank Visa card.
Look at this.
And would you believe it had her photo right on it? So how could anyone else use it? It's such a simple idea, it's brilliant. You know, when something's important to me, I protect it. That's why I'll be carrying a Citibank card.
Not just Visa, Citibank Visa.
on Vicky.
Love is lovelier the second time around.
Meet couples who've divorced and remarried each other.
I was engaged to Jack, whether he knew it or not.
Learn how to rekindle an old flame and take a second trip down the aisle.
I just said, hey, what I'm looking for out there is really what I left.
And how the secret behind recoupling keeps them together.
I think it's much easier to get divorced than it is to stay married.
Lifelong Loves on the next Vicky.
Now at a new time, tomorrow at noon on Channel 11. Now, we return to Clue starring Christopher Lloyd. Clue starring Eileen Brennan will return in a moment.
Tonight on the Channel 11 News at 10, the latest on the Katie Beer story as her alleged kidnapper John Esposito is held on $500,000 bail. We'll give you the top 10 reasons why David Letterman is jumping from NBC to CBS. One of them has got to be money.
A close call from Met pitching star Dwight Gooden, who has an automobile accident in Florida. And the news you have all been waiting for. We will show you the designer gown Hillary Clinton plans to wear to the inaugural ball when Heidi and I see you at 10.
In this house, there are terrible secrets. Secrets that imprison the young. Secrets too terrible to unlock.
You are a sinner.
Louise Fletcher, Victoria Tennant, V.C. Andrews' best-selling gothic thriller, Flowers in the Attic.
Friday at 8 on Channel 11.
You're pure, you're natural, you're one of a kind. You're my ivory, baby.
You're pure, you're soft, you're just the right touch. You're my ivory, baby.
Unlike soaps with heavy perfumes and greasy creams, Ivory is pure. It doesn't need anything else to baby, even a baby's skin.
You're my ivory, baby.
Baby your skin with Ivory.
You all can see the defendant. She is a killer, and the worst kind.
Madonna.
Do you think I killed him?
Willem Dafoe. That's a question I never ask my clients. Joe Mantegna.
You're spending too much time around criminals. It affects your judgment.
Ann Archer.
It wasn't normal. They didn't have normal sex.
Yes, it would be nice. You and I making up.
Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer presents the erotic thriller of the year, Body of Evidence. Rated R. Starts Friday at theaters everywhere.
I see a low car payment on TV and I go down. And then they tell me it requires a cap cost reduction, which means a big down payment, which means I can't afford it. I mean, why not just tell me up front?
We hear that a lot. But you know, when your Buick dealers give you a price, you can believe it.
Right now you can get a really equipped Buick Century for around $260 per month.
And that's with no money down, no cap cost reduction.
Just the first month's payment and a small refundable security deposit.
That's right, Jim. Test drive a Buick Century at $263 per month. It's quality you can definitely afford.
This is Channel 11, WPIX New York, a Tribune broadcasting station. Channel 11's 8 o'clock movie will return after these messages.
Last night, my daughter went out with Richard, the doctor. He took her to Roy Rogers for their $1.99 chicken deal. She had the grilled chicken. He had the fried chicken. So romantic. I had the chicken fillet.
Right now at Roy Rogers, get either a great-tasting chicken fillet sandwich, 2 pieces of Roy's incredible fried chicken, or a delicious grilled chicken sandwich for just $1.99.
We didn't think I'd leave her alone with Richard.
My brakes started squeaking. So I called the dealer. He said, bring it by Thursday. Next Thursday. So I asked him, what about now? I mean, I've got kids to drive to school.
At Midas, we don't want you driving around on worn brakes. That's why our experts can fix your brakes right the very same day you bring in your car.
I went to Midas that day, and I got my brakes fixed that day.
Midas, because your brakes can't wait.
Raisin Brans are good for you, but they're all the same. So this is total Raisin Bran, huh? Excuse me while I eat. It's crunchy. It's good. Very good. Wow, look at this. Total Raisin Bran has 100% of all these vitamins and minerals. Kellogg's has 100% of just one? That's odd.
Total Raisin Bran. The Raisin Bran with the total difference.
Never thought much about vitamins. Now you got me thinking.
Honestly, your classic Eau de Sicilia ripe olives and mushrooms is as good as homemade. Even my husband, whose mother and grandmother cooked from scratch, agrees. When I served your classic Eau de Parma 4-cheese pasta sauce, my family loved it. Even my father, who grew up near Parma, smiled and said, I finally learned to cook.
Now introducing onion and garlic Classico di Sorrento. Taste the difference authenticity makes with Classico.
Why buy an ordinary sofa when you can buy a Jennifer sofa bed and love seat for just $5.99? As incredible as it sounds, that's both pieces for $5.99 in many luxurious styles and fabrics. That's Jennifer value. With so much seating comfort, you'd never believe it's a sofa bed. So why buy an ordinary living room when you can buy a Jennifer living room? Jennifer Convertibles, America's largest sofa bed specialist. With a Jennifer sofa bed, there's always a place to stay.
Now, we return to Clue starring Christopher Lloyd. Clue starring Eileen Brennan will return in a moment.
Tonight on the Channel 11 News at 10, we'll have the latest on the kidnapping and rescue of little Katie Beers. She's safe tonight, but her alleged abductor, John Esposito, could be looking at a very long stretch in prison. An execution-style murder on the west side, a mother and her 10-year-old son killed in cold blood. And a warning tonight about lead contamination for people who live on the Queens side of the Triborough Bridge.
To live or die in New Jersey, Matthew Heikkila, who shot his parents to death, here's his sentence, death penalty or life. And David Letterman's top 10 list of reasons he's quitting NBC, when Jack and I see you at 10.
When Gene Hackman and Dan Aykroyd go undercover, they go out of control.
What are you doing to my car? Welcome to the NASCAR driving school.
And they just might alter the term law and order forever.
Put 'em up, come on. There's something wrong with that dude.
Two hilarious stars in an outrageous comedy adventure.
I'll drive! No!
Loose Cannons.
Monday at 8 on Channel 11, New York's movie station.
Where do you find all this? If you said the Bahamas, you're not only right, you're close. The Bahamas, the country Columbus first set foot on. Non-stop from JFK and Newark. Call 1-800-7-BAHAMAS or your travel agent.
Annie, they said, did you know Pop Secret continually test Pops their popcorn? Tell me more, I said. Pop Secret trivia is my life. Well, to provide perfect popcorn, Pop Secret tests Pop's 275 bags a day. That's over 100,000 bags a year, just to be sure that we get a full bag of delicious, light, and fluffy popcorn.
Pop Secret perfect popcorn is our passion.
Test popping for perfection. A delicious idea.
The luck of the Irish is running out for a little town in South Dakota.
My ear! He got my ear!
You gotta stop the bleeding. We're like really stable.
Leprechaun.
Now playing at a theater near you.
This is Channel 11, WPIX New York, our Tribune broadcasting station. Channel 11's 8 o'clock movie will return after these messages.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Mario Perillo and Alitalia announced 2 brand new tours. The spectacular 3 capitals, London, Paris, and Rome, and the fantastic Spain and Italy tour. See Italy, England, France, and Spain, the all-inclusive Perillo way. So good to get space, you've got to really, really, really hurry. For this free Perillo brochure, see your travel agent or call 1-800-255-5000 now.
Elizabeth Machado said, goodbye acne.
Thank you, Dr. Zismore.
Bernice Palmer said, no more dark spots.
Thanks, Dr. Zismore.
Now you can have beautiful, clear skin. I'm Dr. Zismore, and I can help you look your best. My office provides great skin care at a fair price. Call me for an appointment at 212-594-SKIN, and you can start on the road to beautiful, clear skin now.
Joan Getz said, hello, beautiful, clear skin.
Thank you, Dr. Zismore.
Call 212-594-SKIN for an appointment.
Give me the news without the noise. Same headlines over and over.
It's so
annoying.
Make the right choice for news. WCBS News Radio 88.
News Radio 88 gives me the top news stories with a sound that's easy to listen to. It's news without the noise.
I depend on traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 8th.
I start my mornings on time with Jeff and Bridget.
You get a quick news update. It's a better way to start the day.
Tomorrow, listen to WCBS News Radio 88. All news, all day, all night.
If you used any of these excuses last winter, then free yourself from winter snows with the award-winning Jeep Grand Cherokee. Laugh at the weather in an affordable, fun-loving Jeep Wrangler. Or blow the snow off the driveway with the high performance of an all-wheel drive Eagle Talon TSI. If you can't make it to your destination this winter, you only have one excuse.
See your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealer.
He wasn't supposed to be so good, but he was the best.
White folks think I'm faking it.
And they weren't gonna let Coalhouse Walker Jr.
I don't know why you did this.
get away with it.
Now what the hell do you boys think you're up to?
And that's how it all began.
I was humiliated.
But they went too far.
It was a joke, damn you!
And now,
Blast that car to bits.
it's too late.
Don't look back!
Big time. Bad time.
Get the hell out of here!
Ragtime, Saturday at 8 on Channel 11, New York's movie station. Thanks for watching Channel 11's 8 o'clock movie. Now, without further interruption, we present the conclusion of Clue, starring Eileen Brennan.
The Channel 11 News at 10 is straight ahead tonight. It's a night when horrifying new details are emerging about the 16 days spent in captivity by Katie Beers. Tonight, there are also chilling new questions about what may or may not have been going on for years in the home of John Esposito, where Katie was found yesterday. It's like something out of The Silence of the Lambs, as the FBI is called in to study the scene and look for clues into Esposito's troubled mind. And there's a new development tonight on just where Katie is and who's likely to end up caring for her. On this day after the latest Allied attack on Iraq, the pictures are impressive, but the numbers are less so as the Pentagon reveals just how successful the action was. And David Letterman is smiling tonight, a lot. He finally knows where he'll be showing up for work and how much he'll be getting paid. We'll have a live report from his new home. That's a hint. Bob's forecast and Jerry with word of a car accident involving Met star Doc Gooden, plus the Bobby Brown stage show that was too hot to handle. The news at 10 is next.
And now, Heidi Tong, Jack Cafferty, Jerry Gerard with sports, and Bob Harris with the weather. The Emmy Award-winning Channel 11 News at 10.
Good evening. It's the stuff horror movies are made of, and in this real-life case, even the most seasoned experts find it chilling.
The horrible ordeal 10-year-old Katie Beers endured is beginning to come to light now. New details are emerging about the 16 days that the little girl was trapped, chained at times, in a concealed room beneath a house on Long Island. She's in the hands of Suffolk County authorities tonight, and they assure us she is all right. Meanwhile, police are beginning to sort through exactly what happened to her. Long Island correspondent Drew Scott begins our team coverage.
Police say the horror that 10-year-old Katie Beers suffered while chained in an underground dungeon for 16 days is just beginning to unfold and may haunt the child for the rest of her life. Inside this detached garage apartment, family friend John Esposito, say cops, molested and touched her in a sexual way, chained her around the neck with a dog collar, and kept her mouth covered at times with duct tape, fed her with pizza, gave her plastic bags for a toilet, and rigged up a closed-circuit TV system in the elaborate secret chamber. She actually watched one day as police searched. She tried to call out, but the small prison was soundproofed. In order to get into the chamber, Esposito had to remove a bookcase, then remove a rug, then lift a 200-pound concrete block and tackle trapdoor, then descend a 6-foot ladder into the dungeon.
It's a horrendous, barbaric situation for anyone to live in for any amount of time, let alone a 10-year-old girl for over 14 days.
She could see, by some means, the police officers going through the house during the execution of that search warrant. And at that time, she tried to make noise, she tried to bang on the ceiling, and the police officers, they didn't hear her.
During his arraignment this morning on second-degree kidnapping charges, which carries a sentence of 8 1/3 to 25 years in jail, the 43-year-old unmarried contractor never spoke, but pleaded not guilty through his attorney, who raised a bizarre reason why he should be allowed bail.
I can honestly say that Mr. Esposito was instrumental in the recovery of Katie Beers. Katie Beers might not be alive if Mr. Esposito did not cooperate.
Bail was set, however, at $500,000. Meantime, at his home, Connecticut State Police were called in with 2 special body-sniffing dogs. Cops removed boxes of magazines and videotapes containing compromising pictures of children and called in as the head of the FBI's Behavioral Sciences Center in Quantico, Virginia, the same group portrayed in the chilling movie Silence of the Lambs. The FBI says the Esposito Chamber of Horrors was even more sophisticated than the movie and more horrifying than they've ever seen.
Silence of the Lambs, those of us who have seen it, you've got this hole dug in the ground and you've got Buffalo Bill keeping somebody in the hole. This is a much higher level of sophistication as far as being able to conceal it. And I tell you what, if somebody told you that room was in there and you went in to look for it, I'd put money on the line that none of you or I would be able to find that unless you almost tore that house apart.
Could other children have been involved, or could they be buried in John Esposito's dungeon of horrors? Police sources say, armed with a new search warrant, they're going to take this house apart piece by piece over the next several weeks to find out. From Long Island, Drew Scott, Channel 11, News at 10.
And while the frantic search for Katie Beers went on for more than 2 weeks, her story became familiar to millions of people. It was not just her disappearance that made headlines, but a tale of a little girl living in a shattered world, torn apart by 2 families. And from its telling, there has sprung compassion and an outpouring of support from the public. Ed Miller is standing by live right now in Bayshore with more on just what will happen to Katie now. Ed?
Little Katie's torture touching the hearts of New Yorkers as well as people from all over the country. Suffolk officials receiving at least 3 dozen phone calls from parents hoping to adopt the child. A dozen phone calls with offers of money and clothes, even school children with gifts of crayons and coloring books. Katie, if by any chance you're listening, you should know that there are an awful lot of people out there who really do care.
Everybody was so worried about this little girl for the last 2 weeks, and all of a sudden they find she's alive. Everybody wanted a happy ending for a change.
Joy Abercrombie is the mother of a 5-year-old little girl and typical of most parents here in Bayshore. Hearing the torturous tales of Katie Beers forced these suburban parents to give their own kids a little tighter hug than usual.
Pretty terrible. A lot of sick people out there. Watch your kids very carefully.
Anybody touch my daughter, God forbid, you know. I feel sorry for him if I ever catch him.
I have small children also, and for something like that to happen in this neighborhood, you know, it's awful.
If these parents are smart enough, they would never have let their kid go away with a guy like that. No way, especially with his history and stuff in the neighborhood. No way.
Police and the FBI tonight continue to search for clues at the home of the man who chained little Katie up alone with no books, dolls, or toys. Up and down Saxon Avenue tonight, neighbors wonder how John Esposito could possibly mastermind the ugly imprisonment of a little girl who once trusted him. A man who cried on television, professing love for the child, denying any connection to her disappearance.
I didn't do anything wrong. I'd do anything for the kid.
The child's so-called godmother, Linda Inghilleri, the woman who more or less acted as Katie's mother, says she is in a state of shock, even though she suspected John Esposito all along.
I didn't think he was that capable of doing something so sick.
Linda Inghilleri telling a live national television audience that she plans on fighting to get Katie back. Also fighting to get her back, the natural mother, Marilyn Beers. Last night, she gave temporary custody of Katie to county officials and now wants to undo that document. She plans to go to the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office tomorrow to try to visit with Katie and take her home.
So the tug of war over Katie is far from over, but again for tonight and perhaps for even longer. The child is in the safe arms of child welfare officials. We do want to update you on one thing to give you an idea of the mood out here. A van is driving up and down the streets with a huge sign that says, "Stay in jail, rot in jail, scum." Live in Long Island, I'm Ed Miller. Back to you.
All right, Ed, thanks very much. In New Jersey, it was one of the more bizarre murder cases in recent state history there. Today, Matthew Heikkila was sentenced to 30 years to life in prison. The 22-year-old Heikkila sat expressionless when the verdict came down in the Somerville courtroom. The jury deliberated for 5 hours, deciding to spare him the death penalty. In 1991, Heikkila shot and killed his parents, shot him in the head when they returned home from work. Later, police found bullets marked Mom and Dad. Yesterday, Heikkila told the judge the system is to blame because it didn't properly handle his psychiatric problems.
The assessments of yesterday's Allied strike on Iraq are mixed. Washington calls it a success, although missile batteries remain in the no-fly zone. 116 warplanes took part in the strike, targeting 4 air defense sites and 4 missile batteries. Of these, only 1 mobile missile system was destroyed. The others are again on the move, and it's unclear whether they were damaged. Iraqi television showed the aftermath of the U.S. bombs that missed their military targets. This housing complex in Basra was leveled. In all, Baghdad says 19 Iraqis were killed, including 2 civilians. Meanwhile, Kuwait's small army has been put on full alert, and 1,000 U.S. soldiers from Fort Hood in Texas are being mobilized. They'll take part in desert exercises near the Iraq-Kuwaiti
Your career's gone, because I remember the first time I saw you
in the event of any Iraqi incursion. Ambassador agreed to comply with all UN resolutions, including allowing UN inspectors to... Saddam Hussein's envoy also asked permission to send men...
$10 something. He died during...
Yeah.
Coming up, Iraq's
the previous owner.
Flight of the air...
So to make your new household...
Mine.
Better than yours truly that images out.
You can see it's free of dyes.
Realized about
tell you your...
To have an abortion.
His home country.
I never feared.
We will have...
Been spared a
Nations is not the right to people from authority in their own
place,
but simply to see
Raisin Bran.
type.
I find the statue.
Like a token black defending someone.
I have to interrupt. Alan Ajamian is a long-time client. When this controversy arose, Jonathan approached me about this case, feeling strongly that he was the only attorney at this firm who could walk into court and not be called racist.
I wouldn't have it.
No. I admire Jonathan's ability to put aside all personal conflicts in pursuit of the greater good.
No one has anything to add? This meeting's adjourned. This table is finished.
in other countries too, you know, in the last 10, 12 years. But this idea of ethnic cleansing is a horrible notion. It's a horrible notion that the civilized world has to stand up to. I don't think I should say too much more about the specifics, but I think the American people are entitled to know, first of all, what I've said all along, that I think short of ground troops being introduced, we should not rule out turning up the heat to try to restore civilized conditions.
Is President Milosevic a war criminal?
Some of the things that have been done there plainly violate international law. Clearly. The question of whether he is a war criminal depends upon what he ordered or what he knew about that he could have stopped under the Nuremberg rules. I certainly think that should be investigated.
And you'll press hard for it?
I will.
And sitting here on the eve of the inauguration, what does the man who will assume the 42nd presidency feel about the man who had the 41st?
I very much appreciate the way he's handled this transition.
Will he be a friend?
Well,